So guys, we're going to be working on some more characters today. We did Fantasia, Dava and Master Emeralds on Monday's stream. And hopefully we'll get a chance to look at some others today, because the goal is to kind of just have a look at who we've got. We've got 11 characters here. Here they all are. And in our streams this week, I think it'd be pretty cool if we make the sprites and the face avatar for each of those. And as for the character sheets, I'm going to do all those in one go at the end once we're 100% happy with how each of them look. The character sheet bit is the easy bit. The challenging bit is getting them to look cool and awesome. Akira, how are you doing? Legion is back with more guns. How are you doing? Look, little Legion's on the side. I see him. Those horns behind the kitty, as real. Master Emerald, how's it going? It's good to see you. Good afternoon to you too. No, it's going quickly this week. It's been going well so far. I'm glad it's been going well. That's real. It's good to hear. It's a funny time, that's for sure. I'm glad you're all right. Fine, and you, how's it going? Well, Akira, because I'm a massive hermit, you know, I just get on with my thing. And it's not... I'm one of those lucky people that love being indoors anyway, but yeah, she just getting myself busy and preoccupied with Raindrop Chronicles. Same. Right, so we were doing Master Emerald on Monday. We finished the stream just as we begun her character, so we didn't get much chance to make her look beautiful and amazing. But we're gonna go back to our Master Emerald now. We're gonna open the generator and we're gonna get her looking awesome. And then we're gonna move on to White Glacian, Zexy and Storm Eagles. And I know that seems a lot to do in one stream, but Storms and White's characters, I believe, are already done. The faces and the sprites, because those guys actually own RPG Maker MV themselves, so they took the load off me by doing those characters themselves. So I've got to just find where they are, because I believe they put it somewhere in the Discord, so I'll have to do a big search. So for White and Storm, it's just about doing their character sheets, because the sprites and stuff are already done. So for that reason, it's gonna, you know, it's not gonna be, it'll just make things a bit easier, because we won't have as many to do in considering that are done. So really, it's only Master Emeralds, Glacians and Zexes really that we'll be properly working on today. And as for Fantasia and Dava, we got them to a point that looked pretty cool, but I wouldn't say they're 100% decided yet, because I want to send them a DM and be like, how's these look, guys? And I've got to do a couple of edits to them first. Fantasia's mask needs to be recoloured to white. And we also need to recolour part of Dava's as well, but they're like 90% done. And that's a lot of new characters. Yes, let me explain, Akira. Basically, these characters have been here since probably about Christmas time. I'd say so about that. Fantasia filled in the form ages ago. I'm talking ages ago. About December time. Oracle and Legmog are more recent ones. So they're in order. Fantasia's at the top and Dava, because they've been there a while. And Legmog and Oracle recently hit the 500 raindrops, so they're at the bottom. So basically I've just not had the time to do them, so they've just built up, and it's got to the point where I'm like, right, we need to do them now, because I'm going to be left with dozens at this rate, and it's always a good idea to do them as soon as possible, because once they're there and their character sheets are done, it helps inspire story ideas and lore ideas, having it all there. And we could be missing out on opportunities to introduce these characters in the game if the opportunity suits them to appear in the game at this point. So I never want to leave them for months, because yeah, basically. So yeah, it's been a long time due really doing these, so I decided to dedicate this whole week of streams to getting character sheets done, well, the characters, and that'll help a lot because we'll be able to tick them off our list then. So yay. So that, yes, and there will be a lot of new characters everyone will suddenly see on the website. So I've got it here. Next website update will be mid-May, so they won't be going on there straight away when they're done, because I'd rather do everything in one go on the website, including the new characters, the new story so far section on the website, etc., and the new polls. Just saves me the extra work to just do it all in one time rather than in bits. But of course, we'll have the character sheets put up on the Twitter. We'll put them up on the Discord as well in this section when they're done. And you'll get your characters walking across the screen as well. So that'll be cool to see them there, some new characters. So for now, I'm going to just move the character sheets here at the front because that's what we're working on. But usually I put them there. We'll put them here for now. So I'm not going to be ticking off Fantasia and Dava yet, even though we gave them a good go on Monday's stream, because the character sheet still needs to be done, and I want to make sure that those guys are happy with how they look as well before confirming that they're done and off the list. But yes, because it's midweek now, it's our second stream of the week and it'll be our last on Friday. I think, yeah, we'll look at the middle ones today, and then maybe, hopefully, if we're on track, we can look at Neffel, Binaries, Legmog and Oracles on Fridays. And then over the weekend, I'm gonna start actually doing the actual character sheets, and you'll see them slowly appearing over time. Dark Knight Studio, how are you doing? It's so good to see you. Hope you're doing good. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Right, so RPG Maker and these are open. So many window captures. There we go. So let's get our character generator up. We'll open up Master Emerald. And I sent Master Emerald DM of a reference of the current character we've got for her, because she's planning to do a little awesome accessory for the character. And I thought, yes, having the reference will hopefully help. So for now, we'll just do her without the quill thing behind the ear. I think that's what it was, wasn't it? And whenever you're ready to do that, we'll obviously update the avatar and sprites then. But yes, no rush. I mean, Chub Cheeks, for example, his sprite and avatar, well, mainly his sprite, needs editing because we've decided to make a visual change to Chub Cheeks' character as well. His wings are actually going to be on show, and they currently aren't, because he's a reptile that's all armoured up. And you can't actually tell he's a reptile right now because he looks just like a human with armour on. But we said, oh yeah, let's have his wings outside the armour so it's more clear that he's a reptile. And he'll probably look pretty badass like that too. And I still haven't updated that yet. So, but once it is, no rush. Sometimes it can take some time to get things done. But it's no rush simply because these characters aren't in the game yet. So... yay, not far from 500. Yay, you'll get there. I believe in you. Working on that now. Didn't get time yesterday. Awesome maths. But yeah, as I say, absolutely no pressure, no rush. Like, I always say, like, even though this is a community RPG that we work on together, we're not like, you know, nobody's like, you gotta do this. Like, I take on all the workload, or in all honesty. But you guys are always welcome to, like, do something if it's like, especially if it's for your character and you want to do something cool for them visually, or even like obviously backstory wise, like Akira's done for Legion. Stream buffering for anyone else or just me? Oh no, is it me or is it Twitch Who is the culprit, or is it Azrael? Let me know, chat, if it's happening for more of you, because then we'll know if it's my end or not. But I don't think I'm getting any drop frames or anything, so I think it's okay on my end. But maybe give it a refresh, Azrael, see if things get better. But let me know, chat, if anyone else is having any issues. Mads, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Hope you're doing all right. It's probably me as well. I hope it fixes itself soon. It stops being as silly. There's a few weird technical things that are happening with Twitch lately. I know, I remembered it went down the other day, so it wouldn't surprise me if it was their end. Pretty fine. Yay. Okay, so let's open Master Emerald's character. Right, so here we go. Let's open that character form as well. It's under playable characters, so we can get a proper description for what she looks like. So we'll need to remind ourselves. So yeah, she is an elf. So if we have a look, yeah, female elf. Very much done that properly, judging by that. Good, because I can be silly sometimes. Sometimes I've done a cat character and haven't even given it cat ears, and I haven't even realised until the end. And I'm, oh gosh, that's such an obvious thing. And I always like to make sure now that the owls actually don't have human ears by accident. So yes, elf. And she's going to be a chronomancer now. We've got that decided. So she's originally going to be illusionist, but now a time manipulator. But I prefer chronomancer for sure. It's more fancy and sounds way more awesome. Okay, so she's curious, optimistic, honest. No, I'm reading the wrong ones. Curious, optimistic, deceitful, spontaneous, cautious, open-minded, talkative, and rebellious. She's easily distracted and she fears the unknown. And she likes reading unreturned library books. And that's interesting because that means we can have a library in our game. And this is another reason I like you guys filling in the character sheets as well, because you can subtly insert lore in there, you know, in your own way, and it's a way for you to confirm something that's going to be in the game. So yes, it's fun. Hello there, hi S4, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Hope you're doing good. So really the main part about this week with making these characters is the appearance, because we're working on their actual look, and all the personality part will be filled in on the character sheet. But I do like to look through this and skim read it before we start on the actual appearance, because you want to make sure that the look of the character fits who they are, for sure. So you don't want to make someone have evil eyes when they're super lovely, for example, or vice versa. So right, so she does have the tan skin, which we've given her. Light green hair, which Master Emerald said that it was cool if we wanted to swap the eye colour and hair colour around, from like because the eyes were going to be gold and the hair was going to be green. But I believe Master Emerald said that having gold hair and green eyes would be pretty cool, and I'm fine with that. When it comes to changes to the characters that has been filled in the form, I'm alright changing things, as long as it doesn't mess up anything that's already been decided. And usually that will only be a problem if they're already in the game. So at this point, you know, she's not in the game, so we're fine to change her a little bit if Master Emerald wishes. And she's got short hair, which we've given her, but we don't know if we're going to give her that actual short hairstyle. We'll have a look and see what there is. I'm totally willing to, I mean, I'd much prefer to give her the short hair that Master Emerald prefers herself, and of course if she's here she can decide, but if not, then I get to decide and chat gets to decide, so we'll see. And yes, a mask and a quill behind the ears if they don't. Oh yeah, we got to give her a mask as well. Forgot about that. And we do have some choices of masks, so we'll have a look and see if there's anything that will fit this kind of character. She is sort of time mage. We'll see what fits that look. And we don't have a reference image to go off, so we've got maybe a little bit more freedom there, unless there's one that Master Emerald likes, and she can totally say in chat while we're looking through the generator, because I know she's here right now. Okay, so I think like we're on track. We've kind of got her physical appearance sort of, but first of all, let's just take her clothes off. Sorry, chat, no, that's very lewd. But we need to take her clothes off because it can kind of, you know, it can be distracting, like if they're wearing an outfit that is not suited to them at all. So I always like to do their actual face and hairstyle and stuff first, and then move on to the clothes at the end and pick something that fits the character. Okay, so as for the hair, we could totally give it more of a gold sort of colour if Master Emerald likes. At the moment it's sort of blonde, but I guess it's gold and blonde. But honestly, as we do this, Master, if you are here and there's anything at all that you think, actually, I'd prefer that colour, or I'd prefer the hairstyle or something to be slightly more like this, then feel free to give us a shout and we will for sure. But otherwise, we'll just do what we want. Oh my god, shocking. Isn't naked isn't distracting. I know, this is, look at the shoulders, Asriel. This is X-rated. But yes, the short hairstyles. So we've got this one. Let's have a look through all of them. Should we get rid of the bangs first and pick the bangs later? So we've got we have an updo, but so we got that one. We've got that one. We got that one. We got that one. We got that one. We've got that one. We've got that one. Oh god, we've actually got quite a few shorter ones, but it depends, like whether we're gonna go for like a pixie cut sort of look or a bob. There's just quite a lot, and they all look pretty badass, and this is where I'm like, oh no, there's so much choice. So if anything, Master or chat, if there's any like style you think actually she looks really cool with that hair, feel free to say, because it helps. Shoulder stream again, Rose, we have talked about this young lady. I know I'm not showing them today though, although this jumper does look a little bit skin colour. Oh no, oh no. Hello Miss Rose. Hi Neffel, how's it going? It's good to see you. Hope you're doing good, Neffel. So right, maybe we should go for a traditional short cut for her like that. I mean, we can. I'm honestly just, I'll only switch if Master specifically requests something. Right, so that one. These two are quite similar, but that one's got the little, forgot what you call it. Is it cowlick or something? I'm not sure. I quite like that one. Let's have a look at the bangs though, because bangs can change the hair so much. And there's so many cool ones, so I'm sport for choice. That looks nice. But yes, maybe like obviously when she's got the mask on and stuff, so certain bangs might look better with the mask than others. So I'll give it that for now, but I'll change if there's any preference. Green eyes, yep. So Oh yeah, we haven't really looked through the actual eyes. There's a lot of choice. And there's a lot of these ones with the D on them are particularly nice. So I guess it's like, is she going to have large friendly eyes, or is she going to have more curious slitted eyes? Let's have a look at what her personality was. She's curious, but she is optimistic, but she's also deceitful. Interesting. So this one, honestly, she's got shades of grey, this lady has. So many cute bangs. She's a mischievous person, yes. So because of that, I'd be inclined to give her a mischievous look, that's for sure. And the curious would go with that too. So while I'm looking through these eyes, if there's any at all that you think, oh yeah, those are perfect, I love them, feel free to tell me what number they are on the row or something. Those look, I always think that smaller eyes look more fitted to the mischievous characters. Those aren't too bad. All those. Eyebrows can make all the difference as well. Like just having those angled eyebrows can just give a character so much more of a fierce look. Those are nice. Do you like the slanted eyebrows masked? Okay, so noses. Cute button nose, or one with a long bridge, or one in between. I'm always like, they all look so cute that it can be like a challenge to pick. But yeah, the second ones look good. Yeah, so those ones, yeah, I think they're a nice like middle ground, because them ones are a little bit whoa, those are fierce, but that's like those are quite nice. Also we got a mouth as well. But of course, if there's a particular look, if you're like, oh, I'd like a cute small nose, I'd like a small mouth, I'd like a mouth with lipstick, I'd like a mouth with, feel free to say, for sure, Master Emerald. But with the mouth, it's one that'll change anyway due to expressions. Same with eyebrows, depending on like the emotion the character's feeling at a particular time, they might alter just a little, but as long as they don't look too drastic in change of appearance, of course. But yeah, when it comes to lips, we do have some like that have very clear lips, like that one, but then there's also ones where that cheeky smile kind of suits, so that's for sure. Looks a little mischievous. Well, I guess it just depends on preference. It's all very subjective. Okay. So, was there anything out that we've missed at all that is like really important? Have another little look. Okay, so it's really just the mask. Other than the quill behind the ear, it's the mask that we need to have a look on. And let's just have a look at the masks we have, because I know there was a few. So I guess it depends what kind of mask we're going for here. There's like mouth masks. There's also So we got that, or we've got full face mask, similar to the one that is like the one Fantasia had. Totally could have that for your character too if it was suitable. Then you've got like this little cute mask, which looks very funny. And then you've got like just the eye mask, which are that's very kind of Persona 5 style. Very mysterious. And then there's that. And then we've got that one's not showing up for some reason, but then there's that one, and you've got your standard eye patch, and I think that's all there really is. I mean, you've got bandages as well, and there's that. I think accessory 2 is all hats, so all the masks are on this one. So honestly, it just depends with the sort of look you're visioning for when it comes to a mask. I like that half face eye mask. Yeah, I actually am partial to that myself. I didn't want to like cause any bias because I like to leave it up to you, especially as you're in chat right now. I mean, sometimes when I'm creating the characters, the person isn't here, which leaves me the complete freedom to decide. But if the person is here, as you are, Master Emerald, I much prefer to leave it up to you. And I was like, yeah, this could fit the type of character we've got going here. So if there's any colours, I mean, we can change both. I mean, you can have two-tone, or we could just have it all one colour. So I guess we might have a look at what clothes there are as well, and pick whatever complements the outfit. But if there is a specific colour in mind, then feel free to just have a say. So clothing, and I don't know, we don't have a reference image and we don't really have anything to go off here, so we'll just pick what we feel would suit what she is. I mean, she's a chrono. I'm going to Google chronomancer. I think it'd be cool when it comes to outfits, having a look at what that class generally wears can help a bunch. So here we go. We got Guild Wars coming up. That one's even got a mask on himself, an eye mask. Time mages are so badass though, like you don't see them enough. I always wanted one of those in Final Fantasy 14. I'd totally level that class. Is she a chronomancer? It seems like it's hard to... I'm trying to think of what you'd class as this sort of outfit, but looks like they wear... I suppose, what would you call that outfit? I can't seem to put a name to it. But yeah, long outfits, full body, covered up, long skirt, so, sort of a cloak, I guess. That's what we look like we have in most images, unless there's other chronomancers that I'm not aware of that've got specific outfits. Look, but if it matches the clothes for sure. I want to make a game with one that uses the mechanics well. Yeah, you totally should, Master Emerald. I'd say go for it. So let's just pick somebody. She's a chronomancer. Look, she's an elf as well, and she's like, yeah, they've got like, I suppose they've got this long sort of back. And they sort of could wear trousers, I guess, or a long skirt. But let's have a look at like the sort of long outfits we've got available. Because it kind of does have to suit the whole mage look, I guess. So that's a full-on dress, so maybe not. I feel like I have to like get super close up to my screen to see some of these because they're so small and like, oh, is that, what's that? But yeah, nothing that's like an elegant dress, of course, but obviously something that looks flowy and magic, wizardy, mage-like, I guess. But as soon as we go down here, we get to the more roguey looking outfits and thief outfits, so they wouldn't be as appropriate, and that's definitely a sort of maid or princess outfit. So I think the top row ones were probably the most ideal because they had like the flowing cloaks, but something like that could also work. So we got something on probably these two top rows. So, and the colours can be changed to whatever. So I guess we're going to just pick what we prefer visually. So this one, she's got a sort of collar and a sort of bit coming out. So they're not really armoured up, are they? They are wearing cloth. It's light armour, so we should probably stick to light armour and not one that looks like it's got, that's, you know, I mean, that to me definitely gives off a sort of magey feel. That's more armoured. So is that one. So I kind of am drawn to those ones, but the second one looks cute. This one, you like the collared one? Yeah, the collared one could totally work as well. Because we've got this cape thing going, and it fits light armour, so, you know, anything that's light and sort of resembles. And it looks pretty dapper too, so I guess it's just colour. I think that our Naomi character, the diplomat, also wears this outfit. I believe hers is a blue colour though, so we can go for another colour for sure. So I'm thinking what colours now, what colour sort of represents a character that we've got. So mysterious is really, I always think purple. Purple is kind of the colour I'm like thinking, simply because it signifies mysterious, like mystery to me. But green could as well, but I'm not sure. Red could work too, even black could work if we want to. I hate coding menu framework. Well, good luck, you can do it dark. It'll look super cool when you've done it, just think that. I'm sure I was already following you, Master. Oh, very odd. Well, following Master now. Yay! Okay, so we're gonna say what the mask looks like if we're gonna have purple. But if you don't want purple masked, feel free to say. If you're like, oh no, purple's the worst. Definitely purple or green. Awesome, so good. I don't want to like say, oh yeah, let's go for purple, let's go for yellow, let's go, when in the purple someone's like, no, that's the worst colour ever. But yes, I'm glad we're on the same page. So where's our mask gone? Here we go. So I think it'd look cool all in one colour. But green could look good as well, because it would complement her eyes and that gold hair, you know. So I am partial to that too. Let's actually see how the outfit looks with green. I always think yellow, golden tones just look really nice with green. Or you know, turquoise, which is what it really is more. And we can, seems like that, yeah, I think that something like that could work. That's a nice shade. It is. I've always been fond of that turquoise green colour. I do think it looks nice with her hair colour. Purple, I think, looked really cool with like black haired characters. Right, so here we go then. What do you think, Mast? Is there anything we've missed? I always like think is the hope we've not missed anything, so I'm gonna have a look again. There's just the quill behind the ear, so of course in your own time, of course, Mast. In the meantime, we'll have a like this, and whenever you're ready, or you know, I'll give the asset an update with the quill. So yeah, I mean, we just gave her those bangs randomly, didn't we? But we could always have another look at what bangs there are again, because some might look really cool with that mask that we've not realised. So I am going to just have a little look through, and if there's any bangs at all that you're like, oh wow, they're stunning, like if there's anything, feel free to just let me know which ones. I'm just going to flick through and see what we've got. So many bangs. Some of them are very anime as well, which is great. And we can also save a face asset of her without a mask on, because you never know. And it's kind of good to see what they look like without it on, even though the mask one will be the default and what will be on the character sheet if that's her main look. That looks great overall. The hair over one eye looked good. Do you think, Azria? I remember seeing the one eye one, and there's something very like sassy about that bang over one eye look. So I'm a fan as well. But of course, let me know, Mast, if there's any at all that you liked in particular, because I mean, those were the ones that we had. If you're attached to those, we can keep them. But I think the one Azria liked, was it that one? Or was it another hair at one eye one? I don't know if there was any others. I like to make sure though. But yes, yeah, for sure. Because I'm totally all right with any of these. So I'll leave it up to Mast if there was one that she liked in particular. But I think now that's all. Once we've decided that, we're sort of done, unless there's anything at all that really you'd like in particular here. Yes, I hope to do my next game as 3D, but it looks like it will be 2D hack sim open world game. Well, maybe one day, Dark, you can. I mean, it always 3D, 2D, it depends on the game, doesn't it? Really, I don't think that either of them are better than the other. It all depends on the game that's being made. But I believe in you, Dark. Yeah, it was that one. Obviously, Master Emerald choice though, just voice opinion. Yeah, it's always nice to this thing looks super cool as well, especially when you're indecisive like me. It can help. I quite liked the third one, which was on the one you sent to me. Oh, the third one. So that was that the one we had originally? Was it that one? Oh, I feel like I need to look now at the Discord message because I forgot. Oh, it was that one, was it? I think that was that was it. Judging by the image, it is that one, I think. But if you prefer the third one, then feel free to say, because that did look cool as well. But yeah, she looks pretty awesome, and she suits that time mage for sure. Funding we have is the issue. Oh yes, funding indeed. Yeah, something I can't relate to because this is £0 budget. Raindrop Chronicles is a £0 budget game, guys. Can you believe it? Yeah, that's it. I was struggling to see them. There we go. So are you happy with that, Mass? We can totally get a save now. And she will use all of these assets, the face, the sprite, and the battle ones, because these battle ones on the right here, these are exclusive to the playable characters. So if you're a major NPC or a minor NPC, you won't get those. You only get the face or the sprite. Pardon me. So we can totally save now. I think she is done. And she's looking badass. Looks good. Like the gender neutral look of the character too. Yeah, I know. She's really cool. I'm excited to make a character sheet. So I really like her name as well. So save settings. So she's saved, so we can easily get her back. So we've got so far, this is Mast. This was Daver's character. And I think all we had to change for Daver's, so I'm going to have to review the character form, but I know there was one little thing with it that I wanted to... Oh yes, it was the circlet on the head, I remember now. So that, I'm going to add that circlet and then send the image to Daver to see if he's happy with that. I'll do that off stream though. And Fantasia's is this one. And she's basically done. We're just going to turn that mask to white rather than grey. Because, well, I do not believe that RPG Maker Generator has a white version. So I'm going to have to edit that myself, which is pretty easy enough to do. So she's blonde there, but she actually isn't. She's got purple hair, really, but I accidentally changed the colour. So that's 3 of our characters down then, guys. So yay, let's review our forms. So we've got white one next, and like I said, I believe his is already done. I'm like 98% sure that he passed the assets on to me, so we won't need to do his. And same for Storm Eagles as well, those are in the Discord. So it'll just be the character sheet I need to do for those guys, and yes, so it's Glacian and Zexy next, I guess, and then it's Neffel after that, but I want to make sure that I have got white ones for sure. Looks good. Yay. But yeah, so we... rather than doing one at a time and doing their full character sheets, I'm kind of going through all 11 of these, doing their sprites and visual look first, and then I'll do the character sheets at the end. But I'm not going to spam Twitter all at once with all these, because I'll probably post one a day or something, or one every, yeah, probably one a day maybe, as they get done, rather than spam them. Wait, RPG Maker uses sheets and not individual sprites. Yeah, I believe it's for the character walking sprite. It's a 3x4 sort of grid thing, if that's what you meant, Dark Knight. Anyway, so as you saw on the character generator, that's how the setup is exactly how it is. Right, so I'm gonna just have a little look. Or it could be here. So Here we go. Oh, here we go, that's it. I made the sprites for the prefer to use Wolf one. So yeah, like if somebody actually owns RPG Maker MV, in like for example, what he actually did the sprites, and so did Storm Eagle, which of course I don't have a problem if people doing their own character if they actually own their program, because that means they can go into the character generator and make it then. And it makes my job easier as well, of course. But the actual character sheets, because I did have someone ask me once if they could do the character sheet, and I said no, because I want all the character sheets to look the same and have the same visual look. So for example, we click on roses, and a few of these, as you can see, they all look the same. They've all got the same look, and that's why I do these, so we can keep them consistent. But as for the, you know, if someone has like a real specific look in mind for their character and they own RPG Maker, I'm not going to say no to them actually doing the character. But yeah, character sheet, I do that one. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to just read that again. So, the sprites and portrait are quite different from each other in them. Okay, so all I have to do is download that file and I'll get his assets. So that means we don't have to work on white watts today because it's already done, so we can move straight on to Glacians. So this is really cool now, like we're getting the hard bits done first, because the character sheet design itself isn't that bad or doesn't take too long because the template's already there. It's only just filling in, copying and pasting the dialogue that's in the character forms and putting it in the template so it can replace what was already in the template. But it can be a bit fiddly and boring to do on stream. Those bits I find doing this actual visual character stuff on stream is more fun and chill. So we'll do Glacian and Zex's now, and Storms, I believe Storms is here. I'm going to just have a little... Just going to make sure. I think it's like way up here somewhere. Here it is. So that's Storm Eagle's character. How badass does he look? He looks like someone you wouldn't want to mess with. And he's got quite a bit of lore in for his character as well. A violent crime boss who runs the darkest paths in the fighting market. So this is really fun because, as I said, when you make your character, you can insert some lore into the game. You know, you kind of confirm lore that's going to be happening by making a character. Some people are a lot more vague about their character and don't necessarily give them a backstory, and that's really cool too, because then it allows us the freedom to decide. But it's also cool if someone likes having some set lore and putting a bit of backstory in as well. It's however you want to do it. And I mean, where's our Raindrop Chronicles will map? I want to get it up for you guys, just a sec. So different between engines. I know it can be, for sure. What engine was you using again, Dark Knight, by the way? Reminds me, I need to do a second version of the lore for my character. Yeah, Asriel, in your own time, of course. And whenever you do it, just feel free to pop it in the relevant Discord channel. And I know that Akira did that with his character too. And of course, sometimes we don't talk about it because it's not what we're writing or focusing on at the moment, but the time will come. That's for sure. Whenever there is an ideal place to insert the character into the game, we won't miss the opportunity, that's for sure. Because this is a world map. I just wanted to show you guys this in case some of you haven't seen it. But it's a work in progress. This is clearly probably not a final world map design. It's just a very basic work in progress, and I just wanted to do something that shows where Everbloom Lakefall would sort of be located. And I think when you can visualise a world map, even at a very basic stage like this, it's just helpful, because it can kind of just help you imagine a world a little bit better. So of course, if you're filling in your character form and you're like, yes, this guy, he lives in the mountains, he lives in the cold north in the mountains, then your character probably won't make his appearance until we get to the cold north in the mountains. But it gives us the opportunity to add another region, like, you know, a suitable region related to your character, because there's obviously going to be lots, because this is going to be a big fantasy world. And maybe we wouldn't visit the mountains until episode 3 or 4, or, you know, so it could be a long while off, but that's what's going to make this good, because I like the idea of taking it all at a steady pace and not introducing every single character within one little settlement just because we're all very impatient, because it won't make as much sense then, you know, if be like a big mishmash of characters that don't feel like they belong. But it's not like we're going to forget about them, because they're here for us to see and to get excited about. And as they sit there, more ideas could spring to mind. And so yeah, these are all of them. And like I did say, once we have finished our once we've got to this stage, once we've finished the sacrifice quest and head back to Lakefall, so around this part when we decide what will happen in main quest 3 in June, that's kind of the plan for that. I mentioned briefly that we might introduce 1 or 2 more characters by that point, but it all depends. The character would have to fit, and there would have to be a suitable place for them. So we'll see. We will see, but it's fun. It's fun to just like read the character sheet and think, I wonder if this person can come in now. Okay, so should we look at Glacian's character sheet then? Because that's who's next on our list. And he's a playable character as well. So let's have a look. Hi Alt, how are you doing? Oh my goodness, how late am I saying hi to you? How dare I? Speak for yourself, that's exactly the kind of guy I like to mess with. They're more likely to react in a fun way. Look at Doggo emote. I did work in Game Maker, but we have fully moved over to Unity. Ooh, was there a learning curve with that move? Was there a bit of a learning curve, or did you get to? Was it quite straightforward? I'm super curious. Game Maker is a nice engine. I have worked with Unity, but for me the workflow in Godot just fits. It's a very personal thing, exactly. Everybody has an engine for them. And Unity and stuff are usually like the most popular, but sometimes another engine could just suit your project perfectly. Not really much of a swap. Oh, that's cool. If it wasn't stressful or a headache, then that's great to hear. Right, so here we are. This is Glacian's character. So his name is going to be Tristan. He's a boy. He's going to be an elf as well. I'm loving all these elves that we get in, but I think it works. I could imagine, I don't know about you guys, but I could imagine that the elves would be quite a populous race in the game. Humans, for sure. I think we've kind of confirmed humans are kind of superior, because the reptiles are very, very oppressed and hate humans because of their being superior, arrogant, racist, xenophobic butt faces, you know. Yeah, humans, also, yeah, elves. As for the other races, we don't have, well, What's is going to be a canine, which is awesome. That'll be our first wolf character in the game so far. I mean, we might have others. We don't know yet. But it's always good to see. And I know that Azrael is our only kitty one so far. But I definitely feel like the beast races right now are a little bit more rare. We don't even have a dwarf either. But I like that we've got the dwarves there in case someone wants to be one. People were definitely drawn to having reptiles because we got a few of those. We've got a couple of fairies now as well, but not many neckos either. But definitely getting those elves a little bit now. I think humans are still probably the most we have. Tristan is going to be a male elf as well, and we've got Summoner here. But it's not going to be Summoner because me and Tristan had a talk, aka Glacian. So let me just get this up because this is pretty important, but it's our Draw.io document, our playable character brainstorming document. Here it is. So, Glacian is actually now going to be a dragon tamer and not a summoner. And we talked about it and he says because he kind of only wants to summon dragons. Specifically dragons. So, dragon tamer just felt way better as a class for him. Summoner was always going to be one that was more general with summoners. I think we have got a summoner. I think it might be Zexion. I might be mistaken, but I believe he chose to actually be a summoner. So we do have a summoner playable class as well. I'm going to have a look to make sure actually. And as I said, Rex's character is going to be a cleric too, but optional. He's not going to be a character that will be playable for everybody because he is an antagonist and you'll have to play the story in a certain way to get him as a character to play as, which is always interesting. I love the choice and the consequence of unlocking a character based on the decisions you make in the game. So I was all for that when it got mentioned to me. I was like, totally, yeah. I would totally, have an antagonist that turned good if you did things a certain way. Like in some people's games, that antagonist would be their enemy forever and they would remain an antagonist. But for other people, you could get him on side and then he'll be a playable character for you. So time manipulator we've got here, but I'm going to just put in brackets now called Chronomancer, Master Emerald's class, and I'm going to have to remove that off from the character form. I doubt anyone's going to take that overnight. I don't even think anyone's going to be filling in the form quite yet because I don't think we've got any 500 raindrops peoples yet. But that will have to be removed off the form because that class is now taken and renamed as Chronomancer, and it's exclusive to Master Emerald's class. So I just want to mention again that all these playable character classes, if you do want to be a playable character in the game, you can't have them twice. Like if there's already a Beastmaster or a Bard or an Alchemist or an Assassin, once someone has taken that class, it's gone. Because that is kind of how our mechanics work. It's exclusive to a player and it kind of makes that character feel more distinct and special that nobody else in the game is going to have that same class. With size and stuff we work on for clients, Godot would kill us. Unreal Engine 4 is amazing. Yeah, like I say, everybody's needs are different. Everybody's project is different and suits a particular engine. I mean, the world would be a boring place if we all used the same engine. You know, it's always fun to you know, have that choice. What have I done with my spelling there? What's charismatis? More charisma, I think that's meant to say. Okay, so I'm also gonna change that to chronomancer. Oh yeah, White Watts character's also a druid. And I'm gonna add illusionist back because it's now available again. I think I've spelt that right. So that will go back on the character form, the illusionist class. And you know, we've got quite a lot of classes here, so there's still a lot of choice for people who do want to be a playable character, but I'm sure there are so many that aren't on this list that we could still have, you know, like when you think of D&D and all the RPGs and MMOs out there in the world, there are lots and lots of exciting and fun combat classes. Okay, so that's updated. I just thought we needed to update that because it's important. But back to a playable character form. Okay, so to find a legendary creature. I'm trying to find legendary creatures as summons for combat and companionship, specifically the different types of dragons of the world. Frost, fire, shock, poison, and wind. So yeah, dragon summoner. Pretty cool. And this class might work a bit differently to others as well, because it seems like they're hunting to find these specific dragon types. So in considering that, we might not unlock them on the skill tree like other playable characters unlock their skills. These might be, you know, only unlockable once you've reached a certain part in the game. Curious, optimistic, honest, spontaneous, cautious, open-minded, reserved, and rebellious. I'm very shy, which leads me to leave others out, making me sad because I wouldn't want to be treated that way. Losing a friend. My best friend was technically stolen, kidnapped. Both my parents died when I was young, and I was thrown into an orphanage at a young age and forced to work, and then ran away into the woods. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, so, but yeah, I like the little subtle little backstories added, because you never know, there could be when there'll be an opportunity to bring this sort of stuff in. Okay, so this is a shy character then. I wanted to like get a feel of this character before we did the sprites and avatar. So we'll have to make sure we get a look that fits. So let's do it. Let's get Glacian's character done. So back to the character generator. Thank you, Jay, for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome to the stream. Hope I've not missed anyone else, because sometimes I do miss what my bot says. Maybe have some of the summons only acquired after you capture them, or an item to bribe them into joining you. Yeah, that's an interesting idea as well, like not making it super straightforward or like linear. Sometimes, you know, some of these could be available as side quests and based on the consequences and choice, like the way you approach the game might make certain ones available to you and others not. And same with like bribing, that's an interesting mechanic too. So I'm going to copy and paste what you said as well. So it's definitely an interesting one, and it makes you like get creative about how you can capture these dragons, because of course I don't want it to be like super linear, that you go to one dungeon and get one, then another and get one, and then another. I think it'd be pretty cool if it actually wasn't part of the main story in some ways, and there were like these extra little side bits to do. And certain ones might, you know, be more difficult than others, or even impossible if you've built your character to be a certain morality. Okay, so let's build him. So he's a male. Let's go back to the top. So male elf, so let's give him some ears. I'm excited to like get these character sheets done as well, because you guys can have a proper read of them then. Because at the moment we're only doing their visual look and just briefly talking about their classes and personalities, but it'll be really nice to actually get the character sheets done. So elf. And he has the default skin colour, which is that one. Light blue hair. Ooh, have we got any characters with light blue hair yet? I don't know if we have, but we will have to make a gradient of that colour, because I don't know if we have it yet. I'm curious. I'm going to look and see if we've got any light blue haired characters. Was Finchfish. Now that was turquoise hair. It's pretty close to light blue, but not quite. Asriel's, he's light blue. He's got light blue fur. Okay, so right, so gradient time then, so we can get this light blue we want. So got Photoshop open. So I'm gonna use this gradient again, I think. I don't know if that's like the light blue we want. Maybe it is. It looks like a blue to me. So I'm gonna just save over our old gradient in the generator. Oh, it is. Yeah, that's a perfect light blue. So oh yeah, I was like, what am I missing? It's those Alpheas that were gone. Gotta make sure we have those. Okay, so light blue hair. Let's get rid of the bangs for now. We'll pick a good hairstyle in a sec. Short hair, so short light blue. One of my eyes is white and my left eyebrow has a scar from pet training. Okay. One white eye, like a full white eye. That's pretty cool. One of my Skyrim characters had a complete white eye once. So let's get a cool short hairstyle for him. I think that could suit him, a little cowlick thing. I don't think we've got a character that has that. But there, yeah, we've got, I think that we used that one for Dave as character because it suited the old guy. But I think this could suit this guy. I think he needs some more friendly, shy eyebrows though. Because this character's shy. Let's have a look at for some shy eyes. Colour of eyes are blue. So we've got that. So I'm thinking either those ones or those ones. I'm definitely thinking those or those eyebrows. I think, yeah, he kind of looks shy. I think so. Bangs. We didn't give him some bangs. I mean, he looks fine without them, but I'm curious to see what bangs we would work if any. Also, let's take his clothes off. So many bangs up for choice, because a lot of them look super cool. That looks cool. I think that fits his elf sort of style that we've got for him so far. Right. Hello, hi Johnny, how you doing? Hope you're doing good. Happy Wednesday. How are things? We're doing some character creation today, for those of you who are popping in. We've got a huge list of community characters who have been waiting for a while to see their characters done. Here they are. This is our Trello page, folks, so I'm going to keep it updated as much as possible so people know what we're working on each month. And yes, our big job now is to get these slowly whittled down, and we're spending the week going through them all and getting their face sets and their sprites done. But then the character sheet has to be done too before they're actually finished. So we're working on Glacians at the moment. He's around the middle because we've done some of our top ones. So let's just have a look at our character form and see if there's anything important that we've missed. So, oh yes, one of his eyes is white and left eyebrow has a scarf of pet training, so that's important. We've done the short light blue hair, so that bit is done. I think definitely we got the right look for him, looking at his personality. So we'll do the eye thing and the scar. He's got blue eyes and wears a diamond locket with a picture of both my parents. Okay, cool. Also, we better look at the reference image because, you know, we might be way off here. I just realised right now we've got a reference image. Oh, we're not that far off then. Hang on, let's just have a look. This is the reference image. Blue hair. We kind of, you know, sort of. Okay, Fantasia, I missed me on Monday. I am awful. No, you're not. Thank you so much for 31 months. That is a long time. Let's have some hype in chat for Fantasia. Thank you so much for that support. How are you, Fantasia? And yeah, we were making your character on Monday. If you want to look at the VOD, I mean, we got the VOD on Twitch, which will be there for another few days before it expires, but we've also got it on YouTube as well. So if you do want to look and you're curious, feel free to have a look, and I will send you. I mean, she's nearly there, but I want to change the colour of the mask to the colour that you wanted, which was white, because it's currently more of a grey colour. And white, you wanted like the white Vegas Street Fighter mask. So the changing colour stuff is easy. It's going to be done in Photoshop at the end. And I'm going to send you a message with the assets this week. And if you're happy with them, then I can make the character sheet. And then it will be done. YouTube, yay. I subbed to someone named Rose Rainblood on YouTube, but I'm not sure if I know who that person is. It's me, unless there's an imposter. But here's my YouTube, guys. So all the VODs get put on there, and the most recent one, Mondays, is on there. That got uploaded yesterday. So you get to actually say, you get to spy and see how it is. I think she looks pretty badass with the mask on and off so far. So, of course, I'm going to change the mask to white. And then when I've messaged you it, if there's anything at all you want it changed specifically, like just say, and it'll be easy enough to do. Yay. So we're going through them all now. We're not doing any actual character sheets. We're working on everybody's sort of visual look right now. And all the character sheets will be done after. I will try to look as soon as I can. Yeah, no pressure. I mean, you don't even have to look. At the end of the day, I'm going to message you anyway, showing you the sprites and the avatar. So you'll see in the end anyway. Okay, so white eye. Let's look at eyes then. Do we have a white eye? I know that we've kind of got that, but they're evil eyes. So, and that's only one white, that's 2 white eyes. So what I think I'm going to do instead is save him as he is and just edit the eye and make it white in Photoshop. Because sometimes you can't do everything in the actual generator because it won't let you. So that's what I'll do there. Left eyebrow has a scar from pet training. Right, so we do have some scars. I'm going to have a look if there is actually a left eyebrow one. And if there isn't, then we'll just have to add it ourselves in Photoshop. Okay, so that's a left eyebrow scar. Whether he wants it to just be the brow, I mean, he might just want it to be the brow, which means we'll have to delete that bit from the cheek. Because it seems like it was definitely an eyebrow scar that was requested, not a cheek scar. So what I am going to do, just give him that scar for now. And I'll just make the edit in Photoshop and delete the bit that's underneath the eye. So one of the eyes is white and one has a scar. It kind of makes sense that that one would be the white eye. I also am curious when he says white eye, whether he means the actual eye itself is full on white or whether the actual eye colour is white. That's definitely something I'm going to have to clarify with Glacian as well, because obviously we want to make sure we get it right. But we'll see. Clothes now. I think everything else is done. There was a locket though, diamond locket with a picture of both parents. So we got a necklace accessory. Yes. So that isn't, it's actually quite hard to tell what jewel that is or whether it's a locket or what, but I believe it looks like a jewel. But it could be a locket, you know. That's the only necklace we've got, so we have to choose that. If we want to make a slight edit to it, we can. I'm tempted to change it to silver just because it'll give more of an impression it's a locket then maybe. So yeah, diamond locket, blue eyes. Okay, so it's just the white eye thing that needs to be done, and then everything else is done. So we need to just pick some clothes for him now. So he's a summoner, dragon tamer kind of guy. So I'm gonna just look and Google images at what like summoners wear. So I've put in summoner outfit. We'll have a look what's available. But we've got girls here. We need to see a guy summoner. Male summoner outfit. Yeah, so he's an elven male. Something like that could definitely work for that. We'll have a look what we've got. Am I right that I need to put a copy of the quill on each of the sprites for the sheets to get it to work? Not done stuff like this since RPG Maker 2003, so don't know if it's changed. Yeah, so I mean, the avatar one I'd say is the key one for now. Like, I don't mind once I know the look of it, of adding it to the sprites myself, because I know that can be a bit time consuming to do that when all the sprites, but it's just I suppose a copy and paste job really. But as I mentioned it last time, Master Emerald, no pressure. Like, if you just wanted the face avatar quill, that's fine, and I can just make a little small pixel art version on the sprite. But if you wanted to do the sprite one too, if you want full control, that's cool as well, but you don't have to put it on all. I can do the copying and paste job if it's too much work, which I understand for sure if it is, because it is. So totally do what you like to, Master Emerald. I'll leave that up to you. But yeah, I'm excited to see. Would you like me to send you the updated assets of her, by the way? Because I know we've got the old reference images. Feel free to let me know if you do. If you'd like those? Because we have got her proper look now. So, so that's armour, so probably not that, because a summoner would wear light armour. Something like that could work, that one there. I like to look at the collar section because that's such an important bit that's actually visible on the avatar. So yeah, cape maybe, and usually they have this fancy neck collar thing with the cape. So if we can get that, then I think we got it. It's okay, it's done, just copy and paste and resize with a bit of colour change, so it didn't take long. The fringe is the same, so it should be fine anyway. Awesome, Master Emerald, that's great. So yeah, just feel free to send it me over and I'll pop it on the new one whenever you wish. Awesome, yay. Yeah, some of the higher up outfits I think are better suited for him. That one could work. I'm thinking either that one or that one. Both of them look cool. I think I'm partial to that one. Yeah, so let's save this one. Also, sorry guys, because I'm covering up the character generator. I've been sitting here doing the character generator, and you guys, all you can see is Google images. But all I was doing, just to let you know, was picking the best outfit for him. I was like thinking, oh, should we have this one or that one? And I kind of think that one. It's light armor, and I think out of all the outfits, it kind of fits this summoner dragon tamer guy most. It's hard to say, but that one could work too. But that one looks like armor to me. And summoners don't like wear armor; they wear light armor, like cloth. I mean, I know this one looks like he's kind of armored up a little bit, I guess. Guess it all depends on the summoner. They've got, some of them have shoulder stuff, and then you've got this that has absolutely no armor at all, just cloth and a cape. But yeah, I guess I'm thinking now, does he look a bit too much like a priest with that outfit on? Or a healer, because it could be a very healer kind of outfit, the one I've given him. This one here, I mean. I'd say even more that one is a healer type of outfit, but this one easily could be as well. I just change the colour of these and just want to see if you know, because if he is a dragon tamer, part of me thinks, you know, maybe it wouldn't be smart to not wear some armor. You know, I mean, that's how he's got his scar dye. But if I Google get dragon tamer class, would anything even come up? Okay, so there is such a thing in other games. Yeah, this guy's a dragon tamer and he's fully geared up. This one's got a cape on but isn't armoured up. I guess it depends. It looks like it could be either. But the outfit I've given him, I'm not sure whether it is armour or whether it's not. It's kind of hard to tell. It might actually be a belt. But I do like the cape. I think the cape looks good on him. And I think I'm kind of inclined to go for that one. Do we have any other characters with that outfit on? And of course, if there are other characters with that outfit on, that's cool. No, I don't think anyone has got this one on yet. Okay, yeah, I think this one's cool. So I'm going to save this one now. Glaceon. So all that needs to be done with this guy is we got to give him a white eye, but that has to be edited in Photoshop. Also, there's a little bit of an issue I've noticed with his locket, because it was a sort of necklace accessory put on him, but because he's got a cape on and he's full on, got quite a bit of clothing on, it looks very silly having that. So I actually think it's probably better to get rid of it and just pretend he's got a necklace on underneath somewhere, underneath that cape. So I'll say that again. Okay, so another character done. And yeah, I don't think there's anything at all important that I've completely forgot about with him. So let's move on to the next one. We have Zexions next, and like Stormzy's done. We've already got the sprites for Storm, so we can skip straight to Neffels once we've done Zexions. I honestly really think that doggo emo is particularly adorable. Dark Knight. Okay, so let's have a little browse at the next one then. I'm excited. I'm always excited to see a new character, and I've already skim read a lot of these, but some of them I need to remind myself because it's been a while. Crias or Crias is how that one is pronounced, I believe. So Fairy. Got Fairy now. It's always fun to have one that is a different class that hasn't been isn't in the game much. I think this will be our third Fairy after Finchfish and Fantasia. So yeah, this guy is the summoner now. So Glaceon was originally going to be a summoner, but we changed him to Dragon Tamer, and this one actually is the summoner. So this one will be probably a little bit less specific with the creatures that they summon. Ooh, melancholy. Pessimistic, honest, control, cautious, narrow-minded, and reserved and traditional. Okay, so it's interesting we've got a melancholy, pessimistic character. We have to make sure we get that look accurate. Overly sentimental and unlovable. I don't care. Well, maybe there can be a romance option in the game. We'll see, because I might already have a backstory that is about a love. Oh, yeah, I just want my last love back. There we go. That means that there can't be romance for them, because that would be unfaithful. And we're not going to... Okay, so I don't care about power or knowledge. I just want my last love back. Awesome. I guess he can sort of be viewed as a workaholic, where his search of knowledge and power is just really just the way he copes with his tragic backstory. Cool, so I'm looking forward to building this guy. Let's see. He is a boy, isn't he? I'm going to make sure he is. Sometimes, you know, the person changes their gender, so... Red hair? Do we have a redhead in our game yet? I don't know if we have, you know. I feel like so silly if we've got an obvious redhead now. A redheaded fairy. Medium length. Sad eyes. Black eyes. No accessories. Okay, so we have a reference image here. Let's have a look. Ooh, okay, so we'll go by this sort of look then, except he's going to be redhead. Awesome. I'm actually going to get that moved here. Okay, so let's make him. And yeah, we did save this. I'm going to save him again just to make sure, because there you go. Right, so fairy. So first of all, let's give him fairy ears so we don't forget that important detail. Let's take the clothes off as well. Right, so what colour skin was it? It was the one that's slightly light than default, but not like not pink or super pale. So that one, I believe, because that's the default. Yeah, it's that one. Okay, red medium length now, but should we give him sad eyes first? Sometimes I always feel tempted to do the eyes first because they're such an important feature. But now we'll do the hair. Oh no, not that. My goodness. That is like a true demon. Red skin. Okay, so... Right, so we have a choice out of... I mean, to me, that's more of a browny red. We can edit that gradient so it's more red. I would totally be for doing that. But let's see what styles we've got first. So I think we said medium length. So let's have a look at what male medium lengths we've got. I think there's quite a choice. I think there is anyway, or maybe there isn't. That's long. Where is that sort of medium length? Yeah, that's definitely short. That's medium length. If we give him bangs, it'll just make him look a bit better, I'd say. So I'm thinking either that one or that one. We'll see how they look with the bangs. Yeah, what hairstyle was it? Yeah, he had like very flowy kind of bangs. That actually looks similar. Or this one. Actually, that one might be good. Fantasia, thank you for the host. I appreciate that. Okay, so I think that could work well for him. Let's give him some eyes that fit him more. And brows, and then I'll think about making the hair a little bit more red, maybe. Because this is more brown. So this one's a really sad one. He's like the human, well, not human, the fairy version, well, humanoid version of Hank the Barrel. Let's have a look at what sad eyes we've got. Now, black was the colour, so let's have I believe it was the colour. Double check. Yup, it was. I may have already did it, but in case I didn't, never know what I'm doing. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you. Oh my god, some of these eyes are going to be crazy. We're going to pick the saddest ones possible. Those are actually Hank's eyes, those ones. I mean, the crime ones are good, but maybe only in like parts in cutscenes where they actually are crying. And those look sort of sad. Those look sad but shocked. And those are the eyes we gave Glacian. Now we get to the super evil eyes there. So I'm thinking, let's have a look if there's any brows that make them look even sadder though. To be honest, they're sort of sad brows, but those eyes are absolutely terrifying. I just think they look like the most natural sad eyes if we don't want to go over the top with it. But they do look sad, but there's more that they look almost traumatized. You know? How's the game, mate? Hi Lily, how are you doing? It's going good. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good Wednesday. We're making some characters today. We're getting some characters off our list and we're working on a fairy boy. Our first fairy boy, I believe, actually in the game. We got fairy ladies, but not a fairy boy yet. Doing all right, working on things, procrastinating on things. Well, I hope it's good things, but no worries if it's not either. Oh gosh, we must not forget his wings. So these are the wings we give the fair, but we always like match them up with their hair colour, so he'll have red ones. But we're going to make his hair more red, because unfortunately we don't have a vivid red colour. We only have more of a browny red or a super pale pink. As good as can be, yay! Yeah, I definitely think these are the saddest brows for sure, so we should maybe keep those ones. Okay, yeah, I think he looks cool. Let's save him though and go into Photoshop and edit the gradient a bit of the hair colour. I'm getting a hungry one already. Why do I get hungry so fast, chat? I had my lunch literally 15 minutes before I went live. So I shouldn't be hungry yet. Haven't even been streaming for 2 hours. Okay. Oh, we haven't done the mouth yet, or the nose. Silly Billy. That'd be a good default one, because it makes him just look a little bit more sad. Or maybe that one. Yeah, that's the buff face, you know. Buff face. I think this guy's got more of a boyish, pretty boy face. So that one kind of definitely fits him best. I'm always with the hungry. You're always hungry as well, are you? Yeah, I'm one of these people. I have to eat in small portions because I'm not very big. But damn, I get super hungry quick. I could literally have about 6 meals a day, but 6 small meals. Because I just get hungry every 2 hours. Even if I had like a huge meal and I was bloated after it, I'd still be hungry again after a couple of hours. Okay, so I really like this guy. I like the look of him. But I want to make his hair a little bit more red. Because I think he'll look cool. I think it'll fit his fairy, exotic kind of like style that we've got going for him. So yeah, I think this was the reference image we was given. I think he kind of fits that sort of look. He's got the flowing hair. He's got a sad face. The only difference is this guy's a redhead, which is what he is. So So I think everything's fine. Red, medium, sad eyes, black eyes, no accessories, pale skin. We just want to make it redder. So, and then we got to give him some clothes as well, because he's a nude boy at the moment. He's just wearing pants. I just snack through the whole day. Yeah, tell me about it. I could literally snack and snack. But there's not many snacks in the house at the moment, sadly, because times are tough. I could be rolling on the ground and I'll be rolling over the food for more. What's your favourite snack then, Lily Bite? My favourite snack is chocolate, but I like a lot of things. Anything that's yummy, in all honesty. Quill complete. Should I send it to you or post it in the Discord? Whatever you prefer, Master Emerald. If you want to DM me it, that's fine. But if you want to put it in the character ideas discussion, well, I think it's just called ideas discussion, you can as well. Whatever your preference. Yeah, whatever your preference, Master Emerald. But thank you for doing that. I'm really excited to get her character sheet done, and now that we're doing these characters, I'm like getting super excited because it's brand new characters to think about for the game, and some of them look really cool, I have to say. Yes, chocolate cannot last near me. Peppermints for you. You like peppermints, Raycat? How are you doing, Raycat? I love peppermint tea. That's one of my favourite teas. But peppermints in themselves are good as well. I get an Easter bunny. That bunny's gone in an hour. I get 10 Easter bunnies and they're gone in an hour. Guess what? I have an Easter bunny and it only has a head laugh now. I feel bad eating the head bit because it's cute. Like, it's looking at me and it's a full-on bunny. And I just feel me eating it. So I just eat its body instead. I'm doing well, yourself. I'm doing good. I'm doing decently, thank you, Ray Cat. Right, so what we have to do now, guys, because we don't have a choice of like tons of like hair colours in our generator here, I mean, we'll go to the hair section. It means we have to add our own sometimes if we want to get it to our liking. So what we have to do is just open up our gradient file in Photoshop, which is right here. Here it is. So the red-headed colour we want is next to a grey colour, well, below the grey colour, which I think that means it's that one. So selective colour, I think, always gives much nicer looking tones than hue and saturation. So now we don't have a clue what this is going to look like. We just have to do it and save it and then see, I guess. So we've just made it a bit brighter and vivid. So we're going to save our new version and just reopen the editor. And we've saved our character, so we can just open him up again. Otherwise we lose him completely if we don't save him. Okay, so what happened there? It looks like his hair did change a little bit, but not much. It still looks brown to me. So let's make it more red. I mean, we're not far off. It's definitely got the reddish tones coming in, but it's still brown. It's still a bit too brown. But this guy's a fairy. He has to be exotic. So you have to eat the eyes first, that way it can't stare at you as you finish. You know, you're right, I should have done it that way. No wonder it's been so hard to eat it, because I felt guilty. Seeing the face there. Is anyone else like that when they eat those bunnies, those Easter bunnies, and those? There's also bears sometimes. It's the Lindt chocolate that I'm talking about. That's always the one that I get. I always felt so bad. I always think, am I the only one that feels bad? I am a bit of a softie, so. But yeah, I should have had the head first, and then it definitely wouldn't have been as traumatic. Okay, so I made it a touch more vibrant, but I don't know if that's going to make much difference. Okay, and I've also changed the hue of it just a little bit as well. I can be a real fusspot when it comes to changing hair colours and getting the right colour, because I always have a vision in mind for the colour I'm imagining. That is getting there. It looks like it kind of lost its, I think that must have been, I don't know whether it was when I changed the hue, that must have, but it's kind of there, but there's just something a bit off about it. Like, it's not as soft as I want it to be. It looks a bit garish, so let's just edit it again. Are you talking about chocolate bunnies? Yes. I've only got, like, when it comes to all my Easter chocolate, all I've got left is at the head of a chocolate bunny, and I should have had the head first because it's traumatized me seeing its face. He makes sure not to add any chocolate to your stream gifts then, otherwise stream cancelled due to chocolate. Yeah, I actually don't think I've got any chocolate in my stream gifts. I have coffee though, because who wouldn't add coffee to their wish list? Well, some people don't like coffee, so some might not. You know, like, I never like how the hue and saturation thing makes colours look. I shouldn't have messed with it. It's the right colour, but it's just weird how it makes it look. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hopefully get that same look, but from the selective colour one instead. That might do it. I just think the selective colour editor just makes things look softer and just nicer when you edit the colour. It's hue and saturation, it's like, whoa, it's a bit garish. Just my opinion. Some people might prefer the hue and saturation. Okay. So let's see this now. Yep, that's cool. I'm good with that one. Right, so just close then now for this guy. So what have we got? He's a summoner. He's not going to wear heavy armour. Well, we've kind of got, from his reference image, he's definitely wearing like light armour clothes, and he's almost like a wood kind of fairy with his style. I think we can totally go for something like that, rather than something priest looking. So let's have a look. Yeah, I feel like he shouldn't wear much, in all honesty. We'll see what we've got though. It's hard to say until you look. I mean, we do have some clothes where they're full on topless. And I don't know why, maybe this is just me, but I feel like the fairies suit the topless look. Banned from Twitch, this character is. That feels like a monk outfit, so maybe not that. And I don't want anything armoured. Honestly, that sort of look could be fine too, like a torn kind of light sort of material. Where is he located? I don't know if that was put in the character sheet. Let me just have a quick browse if there was any place he hung out. Judging, like, honestly, by the reference image, I get like like foresty themed character art, but yeah, he doesn't care about power or knowledge. He's more of a humble character. Let's look at some summoner outfits though. See if there is at all any more less fancy summoner outfits out there. Summoner outfit mail. Hi Scaly, how you doing? And hi Alex, and hi Ice, and God as well. My goodness, everybody's coming in. How you doing? Just popping in for a lurk, Scaly says. And thank you for the lurk, Scaly. I appreciate that. I hope you're having a lovely Wednesday. Those of you that are just popping in. Give him black clothes and he'll look exactly like me. Really? He looks like you, Alex? Are you a fairy? I think he look. I kind of really like the look of this character. Like, he feels very different to the characters we've got as well. I like that he looks sad, but that's what Zexion wants, a sad looking character. So I think we've done a good job there. Are you from Lalden? Where's Lalden? I've never heard of that place before. You have the most beautiful voice I've ever heard. Really, thank you, God. It's so weird saying thank you, God. It's funny, it makes me laugh. But yeah, thank you, I appreciate that. I'm a sad guy with long hair. Oh no, you're not, you're sad. There's nothing wrong with being sad sometimes, but we can make you happy, Alex. Right, so I just wanted to look at some summoner outfits. Because a lot of summoner outfits are always super fancy, you know, like really, really fancy looking things. Like, they look like they're rich, some of these people. But this guy, he doesn't strike me as someone. I mean, this is more of a humble summoner's outfit, maybe. And we've got this lady here. Is she from Final Fantasy IV? I think it was 4, wasn't it? She's, this is the summoner job. I might be completely wrong. I might sound like a massive noob now, but that's what I assumed it was. Job from Final Fantasy 14. Really from 14. Yeah, I thought so, because she's the green-haired girl, you know. She's very sort of iconic. And I remember her being from 4. Lalden is the United Kingdom. Yeah, I'm not from London. I am from England. You see, a close, but a little bit more north of London, actually. We're northerners to those Londoners, people like me. But we're not. I'm not a northerner. So yeah, she's an example of somebody that isn't wearing much, who is a summoner. So, and looking at our reference image, he's kind of got that same sort of look, you know, very sort of light clothing. And it's hard to like get, I mean, those kind of clothes exactly, because we're limited with choice here, but I kind of like that. I don't know, I'm just attached to that one. Don't know about the colour yet. But that colour, I mean, I want something that would complement his red hair. The green's cool, but it feels a little bit much. I mean, we can always change it. I kind of would like that if it had a bit more green in it, so I'm going to mess around with the gradient, I think. But yeah, everything else is either nude, roguey looking stuff, or armoured up things, or things that are just too over the top, or too dapper looking, or... And something about this guy kind of fits with less is more kind of thing, like someone who wears less. I mean, that one, I don't know. That fits more, that feels like more of a fighter. And that, we've already given that one to Glacian's character. And that's super dapper. Was that Lupin 3? Alright, I'm out of here later, days. Take care, Raycat. Thanks for hanging out. Maybe it was. Was that on Google Images? Right, so I like that outfit for this guy. So all I want to do is just change the colour just a touch. So it's the second one after the bright pink. So that should be easy enough to find. So here's our gradient changer in Photoshop. So the bright pink is that. It's this one we want to change. It's hard to tell if it's changing that. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we've changed that a bit. It was more of a brown before and we've given it more of a green now. I'm curious how that's going to look, so let's see. Let's save. White suit with yellow, tiny searches. Oh, yeah, you can find some things in Google Images, can't you? It's full of surprises. Oh, I like. I think the green looks nice with the red hair, and it's not too like in your face kind of green either. So yeah, I'm all right with this. We'll see what Zexion thinks. I'll send him a some point this week. I'll be DMing you guys who are in the character list. So with this, so yeah, I always like to confirm that you like the look of your character before I like go ahead and make it public. So let's save it again. Save. One thing I do want to do though, because we have edited this gradient thing a lot, we changed a few colours here. So what I am going to do is make a few different gradients, just pop them in. So I'm going to call this one gradients. For Glacian and Zexion. Those were specifically changed for their characters. But we also need the purple as well. Oh, we've got the purple here. Yeah, we need that purple one for Fantasia's character because she has purple hair. So I'll say that one too. So let's just review what we've got then. So zoom in. So we've done Fantasia's, Davas, Masked Emeralds, White Watts, Glacians and Zexes, and Storm's is already done because Storm did it. He owns RPG Maker, so he did it himself. Same as White Watt. They're not like done because there's a few little tiny edits to do with those that I just mentioned, like really small things, like small colour changes and just a tiny little edits for some features. But they've been you know, the character's sort of almost done. So as for Neville, Binary, Fate, Lemog and Oracle, we haven't even started those, guys, so that'll be the next ones we're going to do. Binary, how are you doing? Just as I mentioned you, it's as if I summoned you, Binary, because I literally says Binary and there you are. Well, how scary is that? How are you doing, Binary, anyway? I hope you are well and having a good week. We're getting through our character sheets and you're on that list, and we'll be getting to yours for sure soon. If it's not today, then it's definitely going to be Friday's stream, that's for sure. I mean, I'd love to get all of these done today and then spend Friday actually doing character sheets. That'd be pretty cool if we can get all this bright stuff done today. And I want to get you guys in the stream avatars as well, so you can join the rest of us walking across the screen right now. Okay, so I just want to review who we've got. So this is Zexion's character. He's a fairy summoner, playable character. How cool does he look? I really like him. We have Glacian's character here, who we also worked on today, which he needs a little tiny edit. He's going to have a white eye where his scar is, but he's nearly there. He's a dragon tamer, so very much like a summoner, very similar, but specifically focused towards summoning dragons. And we also worked on Master Emerald. That's not Master Emerald. That's not Master Emerald. This is Master Emerald. Master Emerald isn't some bald dude with an earring. This is Master Emerald. So she's basically almost done. She just is going to have an extra accessory behind her ear, which Master Emerald has designed. She looks super mischievous, doesn't she? And she is a time mage. A more fancy word for that is chronomancer. Chrono is, you know, the game Chrono Trigger. It's about time travel, so all fits. And it's really cool to actually have a playable character, you know, in the game that's going to be a time mage. Whenever it is she's going to appear, it might be a much later episode. It's whenever it fits to bring these characters in. But who knows? Who knows? So that's Master Emerald, and Dava is here. That's not Dava. This is Dava. And he's not a playable character. Dava's actually an NPC. He's going to be a guy that lives in the mountains. He's a blacksmith, and he's got quite a sad backstory. But he's a very likeable fellow, and he helps us. He's going to give us some good equipment. But yes, he lives in a mountain. And we've also got Fantasia. There's Fantasia, but ignore that hair colour because it's actually purple. I'm going to have to re-put the old gradient in. That's why I've saved 2 gradient files. Because of that reason. Because some characters we have to edit the colours of specifically for them. So, close. So who are we on now? And yes, we do have Storm Eagle's characters here. That's Storm Eagle, the guy with the pink hair. Is he got the same hair colour as Lexion's character? I'm going to look now. I think it's a bit more pink. Yeah, it's definitely more pink. Right. So it's Neville now. Let's look at Neville's character sheet. Okay. So Neville, let me remember. Neville's not. Oh, Neville is a major NPC. That's correct. So I think, have we done all our playable characters now? I'm going to have a quick look through. So Beard, Cannon, Jerez, Finchfish, Rose, me, Akira. Those guys are already on the website, I think. Like, if you look at the website, folks, you'll see those guys already here. You can see their character sheets by clicking on them. And the new ones that we're doing, once we've done their character sheets, they'll be up on there during the next website update, which will hopefully be in May. All going well. White Master Emerald, Glacian and Zexy, yes, so those are the guys we've done. So we've caught up with all our playable characters now. So that's done. We're on to major NPCs. Minor NPCs is Binary. Binary is coming up after we've done Nethel. And Oracle and Legmog. Now Legmogs was filled in on the website, so that isn't actually on this Google form. Because Google Forms was how we used to do character sheets, but we changed it once we had the website, so the new ones won't be on here. Hi Palm, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Happy Wednesday to you, thanks for stopping by. Hello, that's why I was suddenly pulled here. I was out having a lovely walk, then boom, the shock binary ferret. But you were like, oh my goodness. I know I've done that before. I've gone in people's streams and then suddenly my name was mentioned. I've been like, whoa. Okay, so let's go through until we get to Nethel. Now, if I remember with Nethel's character, it was a really cool one and I really liked it. And there will be some editing with this one, I believe. But if we can pull it off, it'll be absolutely brilliant. So let's hope we can pull it off. So Nethel is the name. Male human, maybe. But let's go down and read more about it. So it's an antagonist. Another antagonist, guys. And I encourage antagonists in my game. I mean, it's an epic fantasy. It's a big world. And there's a lot of bad guys out there. We're not going to just have one ultimate big bad or even two. You know, there's going to be many side quests and character-related specific quests, and certain villains will be exclusive to certain story arcs, and not all of them will be part of the main quest. And that's why I like say, yeah, we can. There's no limit on antagonists in the game because there's going to be many factions, many different types of people and stuff. So they'll appear whenever there's a good part of them to appear. Group of bandits, mercenaries, or organised criminals to inflict pain and suffering on others. Wow, a masochist. Wow, a masochist is someone who inflicts pains on themselves, I guess. So, angry. Wow, have we got an angry character yet? I don't think we have. Pessimistic, honest, spontaneous, cautious, open-minded, and reserved. And rebellious, arrogant and moody is the flaw. Afraid of getting into an emotional relationship with other people. Imagine if this character's a romance option then. That would be a hell of a character change. He was hurt by other people in the past and that's why he wants to take revenge on others. And now this is the bit I like most, this bit here. We're wearing a pig head mask to hide his face. As soon as I read that, I was like, this is the best. Because if any of you don't know me that well here, I'm going to just make something clear. I have an obsession with pigs. So any opportunity to actually have a character that's wearing an actual pig head mask is my dream come true. So this character kind of has parallels to some other characters we've got in the game, like Chub Cheeks, who is also an antagonist, but he also is masked up. He's armoured up and covering his face too, for reasons perhaps because he's a villain and wants to hide himself. But this guy is as well, so I like the parallel. But of course he's a completely different type of character and has a completely different look, and he's a human as well. He's not a beast race. He's a pig mask but a human underneath. And I think there's potential to, you know, create a cool character here based on what we've got. So what we're going to do, obviously, because this one isn't a simple one because it's a pig mask, we're going to look at what assets we actually do have available. And if there is not a pig mask in the generator, which I'm assuming there's not going to be because it's so specific, we'll do a Google image search and see if there is any on Google Images, and we will collect some assets and create something from what we find. So he has pale skin, which will be covered up because he'll be wearing a mask anyway, but of course we want to do his face underneath as well. He's got bright blonde hair, it's spiky, he has a scar on his forehead, blue eyes, pig mask, hidden blade on wrist. And we do have a reference image, so let's have a look at what we've got here. Here we go. So whether the hair's going to show, we don't know. It all depends on the style of the pig mask. If it's a full pig mask, it would probably cover all his head, I'm assuming. But it also might be a pig mask where it only shows covers the face bit. I guess we'll have to see what we've got because it's hard to know at this point. So let's look in our generator. So we'll close what we've got. Take off the clothes. We'll make him bald for now, actually, just to make things easier. Right, let's have a look at all our accessories. So when it comes to masks, we have a plague doctor. We have a scary, creepy thing. I don't know, but it's awful. We do have undead here, but it doesn't change the face set. So I remember we had to do that for Kindled Trash's character because she has a form where she turns into a skeleton, and we had to actually find a skull online for the face because we didn't have one here. But yes, none of them are pig masks, which means we have to search the internet, but I am confident we can get something good. I mean, look, we made Carol the Barrel, didn't we? Carol the Barrel she's an original character and I'm proud. Okay, so, and yeah, I assume there's none in here. Awesome, so we're going to go on Google Images and see what we can get then. So the simplest thing to do first is put in RPG Maker pig mask. We'll see what there is. So let's have a look. Right, so it doesn't just include the sprites. We also want the face and avatar as well. That's very important too. So, but what I am going to do is tab open these because we'll have to read the artist rules and make sure that we'll be able to use these assets if we do find some. Because sometimes, you know, we can't use them, so someone will have to check. It seems like this pig it's from Earthbound, so that for a start might mean that that's not a possibility, because we don't want to be sued. But so we'll see what we've got. But no harm in using that as inspiration if we have to create our own asset. Hi Julian, how are you doing? Look at that Nanaki crying emote. How are you doing, Julian? Happy Wednesday. And we can just take a full-on animal head if we needed to for a mask. I mean, we do have pigs in the game already, technically. We made a farm a few weeks ago and we put some pigs in it. And although we aren't there in the game yet, they are going to be in the game. but they're actual real pigs. Yeah, from Mother 3 ORPHAN, thought so. So that isn't an asset we're going to be using because it's from another game. But, you know, if it comes to having to create our own mask asset, we can use that for an inspiration. And we have a pig head there, so that could help us when it comes to the sprite. But this is a character we'll probably have to do more in Photoshop rather than the generator. But we can do his like human look in the generator, of course. I'm doing okay, doing laundry. Oh, you've got a pig. You have a pig. That's your emotes. Wow, that's awesome. It's a sad pig. What a coincidence, considering we're talking about pigs right now. Basically, we've got a character in the game we're just doing. It's a community character, Neffles, who is going to be wearing a pig mask, and I love it because I love pigs, and any excuse to have a pig in the game, even if it's a human pretending to be a pig, is exciting for me. So now, because we aren't getting much from this particular search, we're going to have to reword things a little. But we have the Earthbound asset to go by. So we're going to put in animal mask now. See what comes up there. And then other ideas I've got, if we don't get any here, is full on pig. Like, we will put in pig and we will just like chop its head off and just stick it on so it looks like a mask. But you know, maybe there's a pig face that we can use if there isn't an actual pig mask. I mean, look, there's wolves, there's cats, there's reptiles in this game, so why wouldn't there be a pig? I'm sure there is somewhere, but there might not be, because pigs are very underrated. How dare. Right, so when we put animal mask in, we did get some animals come up, but what I'm going to do, we're going to scrap the mask idea and we're going to just get a pig and turn it into a mask. It seems that will probably be the way to go here. So yeah, we got pigs here. I'm very tempted to just take the head off one of these pigs here, the sprite, and just stick it on the face of the human sprite. We have this, so let's have a look at this. Look at him. Oh my goodness me. Hi Willow, Charlie, how are you doing? Thank you so much for that raid. How was your stream? Hi Tashi TV, how are you doing? Hi guys, thanks for bringing your community over. Hello. You are so kind to me. You are so kind to me. Let's give a shout out to Willow's Scale. Elder Scrolls, how's that going? How is it being on the Elder Scrolls team? That is so cool, I have to say, that you're on the Elder Scrolls official team. Raid time. Hi, Forgotten Crusader. How you doing? Welcome. How are you all doing, guys? I hope you're having a good week. We are making we make an RPG game here. I build it, and chat help me come up with some fabulous ideas. So if you're curious, those of you that are just popping in, we have a couple of commands here. I'm gonna pop them in chat if anyone wants to have a nosy. Good, thanks. Had a PvP day today, just running around like headless chicken. How are you? Doing good? Not too bad. Just getting on with things as you do. But it's headless chicken. I'd be running around like headless chicken too if I was doing PvP, because I'm terrible at it. I'm terrible. Hi, Explosive Diarrhea. I like your name. I like your name. Thank you for the follow as well, by the way. I appreciate that. But guys, those of you that are from my community, if you're not following Willow Scale yet, make sure you do, because she is someone you wanna get to know. She's a British lady like me, and she loves her RPGs. I'm fine. How are you? Building a rig sounds awesome, by the way. Oh, you mean building an RPG? I was like, a rig? Thank you for the follows, guys. Oh, thank you. Yay. But we're having a fun day making characters. Well, a fun week making characters, because I have a lot of character sheets to catch up on. These are all community members here that have reached the required amount of stream currency, which is 500 raindrops in the stream. And once you get 500 raindrops in the stream, you get to fill in a character form to be a character in the game. So we're getting all those characters done this week because there's a backlog. I've neglected them. And this is our Trello page, by the way. It's where we have all our schedule for what we've got to do. Fun times, good to keep organised. Hey, Charlie, be too long, maybe jumping back into ESO soon. Break was longer than expected. Oh, were you having a break from Elder Scrolls Real? MMOs, those MMOs that can definitely take over, that's for sure. Oh my god, RPG my phone. Yeah, you're totally understandable, Forgotten. I do autocorrect all the time. It always goes against what you want. But don't worry, I know exactly what you mean. We need a break sometimes. Hope you're good though. Yeah. Hope you're doing well as well, Charlie. And chat. And everybody that's here. Hope everybody's doing fabulous. Right, so the character that we are on at the moment is Neffel. And he's a human antagonist that wears a pig mask. How creative and cool is that? And because it's so specific, it means that we don't, like, a lot of the characters we're able to make in the actual generator, but sometimes when we get super creative, we have to go all out and create something ourselves. And for this one with a pig mask, we probably will have to, because it doesn't exist. There's no such thing as a pig mask in here. I think Plague Doctor's the closest we've got to a pig mask. But yeah, so we're searching Google Images to see all the pig assets that we can find, and we're gonna put something together, and it's gonna be super cool. And I'm obsessed with pigs, so I'm very happy that we actually have a character that's wearing a pig mask in this game, because I have a serious obsession with pigs. So people get worried I'm that obsessed, but you know, they're cute. So right, so back to Google image hunting. So we found this asset, but this is from Earthbound, so we can't take this one because we'll get done for copyright. Have to be very careful when you look at terms and conditions sometimes. Sounds like a friendly character, haha. Yeah, he's very angry. He's a super angry antagonist that likes inflicting pain on people. So he's someone you won't want to come across. It's going to be difficult because he's going to be super cute with the pig mask, but, you know, super dangerous. Bit like how bears are. They're super lovable and you just want to hug them because they're so cute, but they'll kill you. But yes. He's probably just an ugly man behind the pig mask, but he's good at the pig mask, you know. But I'm excited. Doing well, Charlie. Hope you and Nathan are managing in the back of Beyond. Yeah. I'm hungry, guys. My tummy's doing a massive rumble, but I get, once I'm sitting down and I'm into something, I can just, you know, forget about food. But don't worry, guys. I always have my dinner straight after streams, so don't you worry about me. Okay, so we do have some pig assets. It looks like we're gonna have to collect all the pig assets we can find and just put something together the best we can. So I mean, there's a pig asset here, but this pig looks super evil. I want to purposely make a cute pig mask. And there's one here. Let's zoom in so we can actually see it better. So this is actually a pig man. Oh, it was actually made, the pig head was actually made by What Dragon. What Dragon is an artist we actually use for a lot of our assets, so it probably could be a good idea to go with that for consistency. I changed the colour so it was more pink because it looks more human skin colour like that, and I think it would look even cuter pink. But to be honest, it might be better to keep it that colour because it'll blend in with his arms and the rest of him, because he's a human underneath the mask and he has human skin colour. So what we will probably do is just chop the head off and stick it onto the sprite that we make, because this body might not be the body we want, you know. He looks a little bit like he needs to stop having so many beers. Bless him. But you know, this body could work for him too. I don't know, we have to make the character first. We haven't even done him yet as a human, so we don't know what he's like. Maybe find a cute pig image to offset. Yeah, but we do have to find the avatar too. It's not just the sprite, we need to get the full-on avatar. So if we look at the generator, for example, this sort of thing is what we need. When they speak with the dialogue boxes, when they pop up, an avatar always accompanies the dialogue in our game. So we'll need to find a super cute pig face for the actual avatar as well. But it seems like we've got the sprite bit sorted. We've found that asset. So yeah, we'll keep that up. But we need that pig face, and yeah, we want it to be a nice pig face. But hopefully, even though it's an antagonist, it probably should mean we have a mean pig face. But you know, any excuse to put a cute pig in the game, I will. Hit the gym. Yeah, I was thinking of how to say it without offending. I was like, I don't want to say anything that's mean about him. Okay, so yeah, we'll keep that there. But yeah, let's read through this, because we looking for a pigman sprite, a monster with a pig head human body. Okay, so I think it's fine for us to use because this was actually made by What Dragon, and he like gives out his assets for free to people, so there's no like terms and conditions there. It's for someone and only them. So that's fine. I'll keep that tab because I'm likely going to use that one. But we need a face as well. So what I'm going to type in now is RPG make a pig. Either pig face or pig avatar. So we have that. But that actually looks like a real pig there. Not a human dressed up as a pig. So I don't know about that one. But there's got to be some. I mean, these are what the beast races look like in our game. Can we get a better view somewhere? We'll go on the website instead, actually. It's being slow. Pigs a lot, that's a good one. I like that pun. Okay, so I'm just going to get this up as a reference because we have beast races in our game, and if we can get the pig to obviously fit the style of these, then we're on track. We don't want to like go too off because then it'll look a bit weird. And obviously, yeah, it's a human underneath, but you know, it can look kind of like a pig beast race as well. We don't want the mask to look too fake. So the problem is whether a pig face even exists. That's going to be the challenge. And if there isn't one that exists, we might have to like use, say for example, the dog and edit him to ourselves, or use the reptile and edit him, or yeah, we'll see. So what dragon is the one that seems to make all the animal stuff? So I'm gonna look at his website to see what there is, because there might be something in there. And considering he's already done a pig man, that might mean that he also has a pig face on his website too. So we'll have a look. Recolour the canine one, and minor tweaks to the snout and ears would work for a pig. Yeah, Rald. Exactly what I was thinking, because, you know, the ears are already there. It would just be the nose. It would need to get changed into a snout, you know, but the shape is there. So if I'm going to have to edit one, it would probably be the canine. So for sure. So if it comes to the fact like absolutely no pig avatar exists that we can use, that'll be what I do. But I always like to check first, because you never know, there could be a really awesome pig face. You never know. How hard would it be to create a pig face? Yeah, I'm not an artist, so you know, chances are if I try and do it, it's gonna look a mess. I mean, I did decarol the barrel, so that worked. I mean, if anyone wants to know who Carol the Barrel is, she's here. Well, all the barrels. So really all these characters here, Carol, Meryl, Alvira, Hank, Woody and Oliver, these are actually original characters that I made, with a few little things taken from the generator, like the eyes and the mouths. But you know, most of it I made off my own myself, so I can do it if I have to, but usually for time reasons I try not to get too carried away with creating art from scratch, because it can be very time consuming, especially like when you're not a character artist naturally yourself. But if I have to do it, I'll totally do it. But yes, you know, you gotta be careful when you're one person making a game, because if you put too much on yourself, that's it, you're gonna get stressed out. So you have to kind of pick and choose what you're gonna do and what you're gonna borrow or take from others. The correct term for pig would be Suzine. Yeah, I did even say that right. I can be silly sometimes with jokes and puns and completely miss the point. That sounds reasonable. Thank you, IMCG, for the follow. I appreciate that. Yeah, it honestly depends what you want to do. Like game developers and anybody that wants to do something creative like that, some people are like, yeah, I want to do all the art. That the art is what I love, what I'm passionate about. Some people might say that, and if that's the case, brilliant. But for me, it's not really about, I didn't create this project so I could create all the art. For me, it's about creating a story and world building, and of course building characters too, because I'm a nerd for that. I'm just a nerd for fantasy worlds, full stop. And yeah, it's definitely more the storytelling side for me, what I'm interested in with this project. So I try to make sure that that's what I focus on. And art, yeah, most of it isn't mine, but you know, it's nice to have your own original ones thrown in there though, just to give it a bit of unique charm. So I'm glad we got the barrels. They're very major characters. Canine felines are seen for pigs. Oh, I get it now. So if there was a race, that's what they'd be called. Yeah, for sure. Just imagine. Okay, so let's have a look through. Lots of animals here. Yeah, this guy is kind of the animal artist of RPG Maker. And if we're gonna find any pig stuff, it'll be here. Well, how small does that horse look on that guy? So these are all sprites. We've got pigs here, but I think we're fine for our pig sprite. That'll be perfect. And to be honest, it looks like that the face of that pig is the same as that one. It's just a different colour. Might be that one actually, but the face is definitely the same. So he just took that face from the pig and popped it on a human. So doing the sprite bit is going to be a piece of cake. It's honestly the avatar that is the challenging bit, because there might not be a single avatar out there of a pig. Which means, yes, we will have to... I think what Al said, and my gut instinct, was to definitely use the canine as a base, which is for sure what we'll do. So there's so many animals, it's brilliant. Oh, look at those moles. Oh, wow. Yeah, so there's lots of sprites, that's for sure. We're spoilt for choice when it comes to sprites. But it's the faces. I don't know if this guy, if he does faces. I know he did them for, you know, he did them for the beasts, the reptiles, the felines and the canines, but I think they might have been the only ones he did do, but we'll see. Wow. Nightmare fuel. Spider people. That would be like actually awful. Like I'm imagining like spider lore or something where a spider just kidnaps a human and then turns them into a spider like that. That'd be horrible, horrifying. They are nice and very. It's an opportunity to have something pretty creepy in the game for sure. What is the premise of the game, by the way? Oh, as for the story, we have a story so far video here, Forgotten Crusader. So feel free to have a look, and that will tell you the very first part of the story so far, what's happened. And we do have another due. Here's our Trello page. We have the second story so far video due mid-May, so that'll be the one. There'll be a lot more going on at that point, because the first video is pretty basic. Not much has happened in the first main quest. But things start to get more interesting at this point, so I'm really excited to release that one. But we've got some cutscenes to finish first. Well, not really cutscenes, because it's not a movie or anything. It's just your typical scenes with dialogue in between. So we got a couple of those to finalise and finish up, and then that'll be a good point to get the next YouTube story video done. How you doing, Oracle? It's good to see you. And how you doing, Big? As well. maybe consider some Spider Girls. I'll check it out TY. I'm sure there will be a chance. This is a reason I like keeping everything very open-ended when it comes to lore. I don't like to set anything in stone too quickly, because who knows the amazing ideas that we could think of over time. I mean, we usually just think of where we're at, the specific point of the game that we're in at the moment, and confirm the lore there. And it's a big world. There'll be an opportunity to introduce new lore for sure in different regions as well. Awesome. So we have a lore video as well about the barrels and why they're alive. There's a big reason behind it, so feel free to check that too. Everything's on the YouTube channel, so that's the place to be when it comes to getting the info to Zenik. And is that playing in the background at the moment, Mads? Did you know cherries are in the rose family? I like cherries. They're nice looking fruits. You can look up driders, how they turn into spider people. It's pretty gruesome. Awesome, Oracle. I'm going to make a note of that because it's pretty interesting. And because we've got the asset there, it just feels like a good opportunity to, potentially have something like that happening at some point. And of course, we don't have to full-on copy that lore that already exists about driders. We can put our own little spin on it and be creative about it, because, that's what storytelling's about. But yes, sometimes it's fun to just look through loads of assets like this, because it can help inspire ideas as well. So we got so many. I mean, I'm really glad that we've got dragon assets as well, because we actually have a playable character that's a full-on summoner exclusive to dragons. He just summons dragons in our game, and he's not in our game yet, but we've got the list ready for them to come into the game whenever the time's right. And it's nice to know that we have the assets there as well. They're cute. Okay, so it looks like that's it, and it's just the sprites, but honestly, he's definitely got faces, because that's where I found the feline and reptile and canine ones. And I kind of just want to make sure there isn't any others, because even if there's not a pig one, there could be another animal that's similar to a pig, and I think he has a website. I'm sure he does, because I was on it when I downloaded the beach race sprites and faces. I love the sharks as well. There's even a carbuncle here. Carbuncle's Final Fantasy's baby, though, I feel. I'd feel like a thief if I had Carbuncle in my game. Yes, seems like you like Final Fantasies. Yes, it's sort of my franchise, I guess. If you guys were going to ask me what RPG game do you like the most, I'd say Final Fantasy. Well, they were what I got brought up on, so yes, for sure. And there's some I like more than others. The PlayStation 1 ones plus Final Fantasy X mainly. Right, so what I am going to do, because I don't want to start this face from scratch, just in case, I like to scour the internet first to make sure 100% there's nothing out there. And it's never a waste of time to me, because you can find some really cool assets while you're doing that. Like we just found the spider lady ones, so it can get ideas flowing just to go on a hunt for things for an hour or two. I really like these as well, different poses. Gully and Muzzer, thank you for the follow, I appreciate that. How are you doing? I have been up to my eyeballs in Animal Crossing lately, such an addictive game. Yeah, I have Animal Crossing too. Someone very awesome and amazing bought it for me, and I've been playing it, not loads, because I don't really get much time to spend loads of time on games, but I have been playing it casually now and again, and it is a very cute game. I really like it too. Very relaxing. What villages have you got on your island, Oracle? I'm after Rolled. I love that penguin. What I'm going to do is just type in what dragon. Because sometimes if you put the artist name in, that can help you find the stuffs as well. But what we could do, I mean, where is that pig avatar? Because I could totally take that and the canine face and like combine them both. I think that would be fine to do. Here it was. And we have some animal sprites here, you know, sometimes there's some sprites on other RPG makers, not just MV. No pig, but you know, there's some animals there that we didn't think would be there. But yeah, we do have a pig face here, and we can always just take that snout and plop it on the feline, you know, if we had to do that. We'll see how it goes. I'm probably going to do this asset editing for this pig off stream, just because it's a little bit more, it's a bit of a complicated one, but we'll see, because if I feel like it, I might even do it on stream on Friday, but I want to at least be a bit planned for it. I have Judy, Anka, Hazel, Samson, Chow, Marina and Diana. Awesome. And Ribbert, the cyber guy. Oh, he was on my list. He was on my short list, but then I had to narrow it down to just 9, because you only get to have 9, don't you? But he was like in my top 20, because I thought he was pretty cool. And I love the frogs as well. Okay, so we're on Neffel. We have Binary Folk, Legmog and Oracle. See, Oracle, you're on our list too. Did you know you hit the 500 raindrops recently? I don't know if you did. Maybe you noticed. But I noticed, and I popped you on our character sheet list. So hopefully we'll get time to do yours on Friday, as well as Legmogs and Binaries. But Neffels is priority now. And it is a little bit more of a difficult one, because it's such a specific thing, the pig mask, but I love it. I'm very happy that we have a pig mask in the game, like a character that wears a pig mask. I'm certainly not going to complain in the slightest. Hi Rex, how are you doing? It's good to see you. We were just talking about Animal Crossing and how someone awesome bought it for me. Awesome. Yay. So yeah, guys, right, so I'm trying to think what we should do now, because it's going to potentially take a bit of extra time to scour the internet to look for a pig face. So I'm probably going to do that off stream. But I do have to end a little bit earlier today because there's a recording I kind of want to do before my dinner. It's a secret what that is. Oracle, thank you so much for the biddies. Thank you for the 300 biddies. There's some hype in chat. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Let's have that hype. Yay. And guys, if you didn't know, you can get a Final Fantasy bit badge from bits. So Oracle should have a bit badge. I believe that Cloud is our 100 bit badge. It's all in the panels anyway. Yay, okay. So yeah, as you can tell, I like Final Fantasy because I even have Final Fantasy bit badges. Okay, so right, I'm going to go on a quick BRB, guys, because I'm very hungry. I was meant to have gone on a BRB to get my snack a while ago, and my tummy's rumbling. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes. And what we're going to do when I get back is we're going to look through the other 3 character sheets, binaries and legmogs and oracles, just so we know what we've got to do for them. It'll be cool to see what it, do you know, have the idea of their character in mind before we design them on Friday. So be prepared, Oracle, because we'll be having a little peek. I'm excited to look. So I'll be back in a minute, guys. Take care. See you soon. Hello guys, I am back. Hi again. Also, I've just seen what Forgotten says. Maybe down the line you can make a storyline where the MC face a cult with a humanoid, a goat as the leader. Any excuse to add like animal humans. You know, I'm gonna say what you say, Forgotten, because I'm gonna save it. I mean, sorry, I don't think those words came out right. I'm gonna save what you said. That's it. Because I always do that. Whenever someone in chat has like an idea and it sounds pretty creative and cool, I always make a note, because you never know, you know, you never know. And a lot of those ideas might not get used. There might not be a place for them, but you never know, they could. And sometimes to get the ideas flowing for me when I'm thinking of things, if there's ever, you know, a time when I'm like, what should we do now? It's good to look back at those notes, because something could work. So I've got what Oracle said about the spiders, the gruesome thingy, the driders, and I've put in the cult, like this cult storyline, because this character, Neffle's character, he's an antagonist and he wears a pig mask and he's a pretty angry dude and he wants to hurt people. You know, he could fit that himself. Like, he's not got a goat mask on, but even him, he could fit that whole cult leader thing. For sure. Although, the faction is a part of is more of a mercenary, organised criminal one. But, you know. Right, so who are we going to look at now? So we've got Binary, Legmog and Oracle. So Binary is the next one, and he's a minor NPC. So let's have a look through his form. Here we go. So his name is Jack. Yay! I'm happy because we've got so few like canine and feline characters in the game. I mean, beast races in general we don't have many of so far. We've got a few reptiles though, they're like the most popular so far out of the beast races. We have no dwarves, believe it or not, probably because that's the most recent race we added. But yes, we have a canine. So he's a merchant. And minor NPCs tend to be those types. Sometimes there can be a major NPC, but it all depends what fits. Because major NPCs tend to be the reoccurring characters that aren't like tied down to a specific area, whereas minor NPCs are more tied down to the place they live in, and they're usually the quest givers as well. Do you have any family in town? If yes, who? No, I can remember. He's excited. Oh, an excited doggo. Optimistic, deceitful. A deceitful doggo? Wow. Spontaneous, reckless, open-minded, talkative, rebellious. He lies a lot, dealing with the consequences of his acts. Even though he likes to trick people to sell stuff, he's actually a very skilled warrior. Those damn merchants. He doesn't remember too much about his childhood. Each time someone asks him about it, it always comes up with a new answer. From what he knows, he's completely alone in this world. He can also travel super fast between... I'm reading juices. I was like, hang on a minute. This is juice. Because I was like, hang on. At first I was like, he's a deceitful merchant that lies. He time travels. That's not binary ferrets. That's juice. So yeah, there we go. There's binary ferret. But yes, he is a canine. He's a merchant. He's joyful, optimistic, honest, spontaneous, reckless, open-minded, talkative, traditional. Okay. So he's overly excited to offer great wares, but eagerness to please often means Jack sort of reduces his cost. He probably shouldn't be a merchant. Jack has a very standard dog personality, so his biggest fear is not being like, that's more like it. I was going to say, a deceitful dog who lies. Dogs are the loyalest, sweetest animals. But yeah, this makes all sense now. I was reading the wrong character sheet. I like this. So he is a merchant just like Juice's characters, but it's like they're opposites. This one's a merchant that actually is much kinder and wants to please people, whereas Juice is more deceitful. He is standoffish with the feline race. Ooh, got a bit of a faction race stuff going on introduced there, because we haven't actually considered the relationship between how the felines and canines yet. We know the relationship between reptiles and humans. They hate each other's guts, but we don't know the others yet. So it's interesting, that is, and it makes total sense that doggos and kitties won't like each other very much. Black fur, and we got a reference image here, so let's have a little peek to see what this doggo looks like. That's the reference image. I like it. LOL. Right, so that's that's Binary's character, which I'm really glad. I'm really glad we'll have a doggo merchant character in the game. That's awesome. Now we'll look at Legmogs. And I already kind of know Legmogs because we had a chat about it on stream. And Legmogs isn't actually here because it was submitted to me on an email form. So I'm not going to log into that because you might see my password and private information. But I think Legmog put some stuff about the character here anyway. Poppy Papercut, that's it. Poppy Papercut was once a shy, downtrodden, awkward young girl with no place or people to call home. Life was hard, having to steal to survive, but she got pretty good at it. There we go, we'll make you guys see the text a bit better. One day, Poppy witnessed Rose dispatch some nasty bandits. It was the most incredible thing she'd ever seen. Rose was so strong, so powerful, so awesome, everything Poppy was not. She became Rose obsessed, her #1 fan all the time, but too shy to ever approach her hero. And she began pretending to be Rose, trying best to emulate her clothing style, mannerisms. For the first time ever, she felt strong, empowered, and tenacious. Who knew people are so scared and willing to hand over food, money, if they believe you're Rose the vampire? To Poppy, causing such mischief in Rose's name is a big, fun, hilarious game, though it's certainly having a most detrimental effect to Rose's reputation. And I love this because it explains stuff. There's already stuff that's happened in the game, even from just watching the first story so far video. Rose is a captive. She's been held captive by Fiona Buckington, one of the villagers of Lakefall, because Fiona feels that Rose is really dangerous. So that's what we know on the surface anyway. But the fact that there's a reason for why people fear Rose, and it's actually because there's someone causing trouble, and you know, it makes it quite exciting. And it seems, I really like how it's kind of a humorous character, and it seemed like it would be quite entertaining to have this character in the story as well. So I'm pretty excited about this one for sure. And I don't know if they'll be here in Lakefall or Everbloom. They might come into the story at that point, because they very much could be an opportunity for them. But if not, I could see them being more key when Rose's character quest line begins, which I kind of intended that to happen in the next zone, because Rose is from a farm. That's where she originated from, and I'm 90% sure that the farm's going to be the next region, because we've already created the map for it. So it would just make sense for that to be the next one. So yeah. Sigurd, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Long time no see. How are things? How are things going on your end? Okay, so That's Legmog's character, which I read there because the character form isn't on the Google images, it's in my email. And Oracle is the last one. So Oracle is a major NPC here, I believe. There we go. So the Oracle. Male elf. Yes, for more elves. Elves are getting quite populous in our game, and it's pretty cool. Humans kind of were the most populous, but elves are kind of catching them up. And I think it makes total sense because I could imagine elves being quite a powerful race in our game, as well as humans. And the beast races would be the most downtrodden and oppressed, I'd imagine. That they struggle more because of xenophobia, you know. That's kind of how it is. Elves and humans always win and are superior, and the poor, cute, adorable beast races are just misunderstood and mistreated. You know, Mass Effect, you know, xenophobia. It's kind of something I think it's an interesting theme, and I like to explore that in the game. But yes, Neckos and fairies is a question mark whether they're oppressed or, you know, or I don't imagine them being as powerful as elves and humans, but probably not as downtrodden as the beast races, maybe. Long time for sure. I'm doing fine. How about yourself? Not too bad, CT. Just getting on with things, keeping myself occupied with my geeky RPG, and you know, you gotta have that something, haven't you, during these times. Woo! Hello all. Hi Phoenix, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream, and thank you for that follow, by the way. I appreciate it. And anyone new who's popped in today, if you've got any questions at all, feel free to ask us. We do have our website, but it does lack an FAQ page right now, and I'm kind of making it a list behind the scenes of all the popular questions that people will ask, so that it can be there on my FAQ page or in the next website update. Doing good, thank you. Yay, I'm glad to hear it. Okay, so let's read the rest of this form for Oracle's character. So an ally. So we've got an ally now. We've had a couple of antagonists with Fantasia and Nephile's characters. But now we've got an ally, which is always good. You need your allies, because our poor heroes will always have enemies in every corner otherwise. A band of outcasts or a weird cult. Goal is to solve an ancient mystery. And the goal's an interesting one. I make a list of some generic goals. You know, like how you get D&D tables and they always have like something to like inspire you to go off with your character and the story. Well, it's the same with this character form, but it doesn't mean it has to like be like 100% like that. You can kind of use that goal as a guide and go off it a bit if you wish. But yeah, that's why I say tell us more about your goal here so you can expand on it. So kind of imagined him as half-elf. Someone like that wouldn't really fit in either society. And yet half-elf, although like we don't have a half-elf race, it could totally be a thing where there was an elf that had a one human parent and one elf parent, you know. I'm sure that's happened, and for sure. So there is a mystery behind an ancient artifact that holds the secrets behind my powers of divination. It is called the Moon's Eye, a large smoky quartz ball that matches the phases of the moon. It was sadly lost to time. Some documents have recently come into possession and they were linked to his birth. As I am only one of very few people who can accurately predict the future, finding out the origin of this power and curse would not only give me closure but also help unlock even more of the world's mysteries. It's pretty interesting. I like that there's an oracle character, and the whole predicting future thing is a really interesting theme. So I like it, and it makes sense because you're Oracle of Twilight. So curious, optimistic, honest, spontaneous, reckless, open-minded, talkative and rebellious. Can be aloof and spacey times, not knowing my true purpose. My birth killed everyone in my village. I was discovered as a baby and have always been treated as a bad omen, and that's really interesting. I'm curious if there's more to that. I mean, sometimes the person who creates the sheet, you know, doesn't mind us as a community coming up with our own ideas from, you know, their character they've made. But if there's ever anything specific that you know is the reason behind why it did this or why it did that, then you can totally make some notes in the Discord, in the ideas channel about that if you ever wish. But that seems interesting because I'm intrigued. I mean, so many ideas potentially for it. But if it's true, if there's a half elf, now this is me going on a bit of I might be going off course here, but if he isn't a half elf and he was born from a human and an elf, maybe that was completely bad and not allowed, and that's why it was a bad omen. But maybe there's an even cooler idea. I'm just coming up with the first theory, and you never know, there's probably something even better. Sure, yeah. This is such a cool idea to have chat help you create characters. Yeah, Phoenix, and it's not just the characters either. I mean, everything that we do in this game, like when it comes to the world building, lore, story, plot, character arcs, where we take them, the scene building, the dialogue, anything at all, like, is chat kind of helps me as we go along, because all of this is done on stream and people hanging out, you get to have their little say. And a lot of the time, like, we haven't done them for a while, but a lot of the time we do polls, and if there's ever like a lot of ideas about a specific thing, I tend to collect all those ideas and we do a poll, and whatever wins the poll is the way that we take that particular thing. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. That's awesome. Yay. He was born with eyes that glowed. A divine force moved in to claim him and wipe the village. I like it, Oracle. I'm gonna make a note of that as well, just in case, because I always like to know if there is any specifics about why it's the way it is or why something happened. Then it's always good to know that, because otherwise we don't want to go off track and think of a completely different backstory that you didn't have in mind. I like to keep a low profile when I travel. Many factions try to capture me for my abilities, but I always see them coming before they can. That's cool. What colour is your skin? Normal, well, slightly pale. Black, medium length. Oh, I like that there's a black haired elf. I don't think we have a black haired elf in the game yet. Medium length. Bright violet eyes always give me away. They glow as the moon rises. Dark glasses when I want to keep a low profile. Cool. Sounds like a very dapper character, I have to say. So copy and paste that. Let's have a look. Ooh, so yeah, you definitely got very bright eyes. So I'm going to ask, those eyes, you know how the colour fills the whole eye, is that what you want the character to always to look like? Or do you want the pupils? Well, not the pupils. What's the bit called around the pupil again? I always forget the name of that bit. Or do you want them to be bright? But yeah, I think that looks super cool. Yes. Because we'll be making your character on Friday's stream, and of course when we do the eyes, be super cool if we get them exactly how you want. But I'm just gonna have a little quick browse at the eyes actually to see, but I'm pretty sure we do have eyes like that. Yeah, we do. So if that's the sort of eyes you like how in that picture we have all colour eyes as well. You know, but sometimes, you know, the whole icon here is the white part. Oh, right. So everything is, I mean, we don't have violet, but we can recolour. That's easy enough. So yes, awesome. So that's it. We've looked through all our character sheets, and it's just about getting them done now. So we're at the point where we got just a Neffel binary legmark and Oracle's visual looks, their sprites and their face avatars, and everyone above Neffel is sort of done. There's just a few little edits to make to them, and then once that job's done, it's just doing all the character sheets, and they will I will gradually put them all up on Twitter. I'll space them out because I don't want to spam, but each day I'll probably put a character sheet on Twitter as we do them. And yeah, you'll be working on the stream avatars as well. Awesome, guys. So I am gonna end things there because we are coming towards the close of the stream today. And I'm gonna send us to somebody, guys. We're gonna give a raid, exclamation mark raid. So if you want to come along, that would be amazing. And I think I know who I'm gonna send us to, but let me just make sure that they're still on. So thanks for hanging out, guys. It's been a fun one. And we will be carrying on with this on Friday. All week we've been doing the community characters. It's been a long time since we've added new community characters to the game. It's been months. I think the last time we did that was November. And of course, these characters aren't all going to come into the game at once because there's a lot. They'll come whenever there's a really good point in the story that fits their character arc. So that could be episode 1. It could also be episode 2, 3 or 4, or you know, some could even not come into it till endgame. It all depends on what fits the character and their arc. Nice meeting you all. Can't wait to come back and hang out more. Yeah, thanks Phoenix for the kind comments. I super honestly appreciate that. It means a lot. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. Looking forward to seeing how he turns out. Me too. He's honestly, that's a really cool character, and we have such a diverse range, and there's always something different. There's no two characters have been the same, which is really cool. Okay, guys. So we're going to send the love to somebody. I'm going to send us to Legmog because Legmog is somebody who comes here to hang out and is always super friendly, or even has a character that we're going to make on Friday. Poppy Papercut, the one that's obsessed with Rose that I read in the Discord. So Legmog is actually doing some 3D work at the moment. He's making a game himself, so he is like working on a 3D game. So I think, or it might not be a game actually. It might actually be a mini movie. So I might be wrong there, but it does look super cool. So we'll go say hi. So take care, guys, and I'll see you all on Friday. I'll be back then. And I hope you have an awesome rest of your week, chat. Thanks so much for hanging out. Take care.